A lot of you guys have been reaching out recently regarding the Betti Stradling Skatepark project. So I wanted to make an update to everyone, and I wanted to make a very important update, one that actually puts the power back into your guys' hands, because the reality is, guys, we're currently at a spot in this process where, this is all coming down to the lawmakers. The power is really in their hands, but we still have the power to follow up with them and to be like, one of my mentors once told me, a pleasant pain in the ass. So we need to be a pleasant pain in the ass to all the lawmakers that, have the power to approve this project. So what I'm going to do is link all of the email addresses to the people in charge down below in the description. And let me tell you, one of the main people at the forefront of getting this thing approved is the Director of Parks and Recreation. His name's Rob Hunter. His assistant's name is Christiane Barbosa. And, the mayor of Coral Springs, the vice mayor of Coral Springs, the commissioners, they also have a voice in this project. So, if you want to reach out to them as well, that could certainly help. But, Director of Parks and Recreation and his assistant are two of the most important people behind this project. So I'm going to drop their info down below, and I invite you to be a pleasant pain in the ass, guys. Let's reach out to them. Let's continue to push this movement forward, because, we need to preserve Coral Springs history by getting our skate park back to looking beautiful, having it rebuilt into world renowned, a free concrete skate park for everyone. I grew up going to the skate park. I was in 6th grade the first time I went to Betti Stradling, and I remember landing my first kickflip there, and all the wonderful tricks that I learned at that skate park. So it means a lot to me. I'm very passionate about it. I've been skateboarding since I was like 10 years old, and I grew up in Coral Springs. So this is definitely very important to me, and I've done a lot on the back end to try to get this thing moving along. I even created a presentation. If you've seen some of my other videos, I created a presentation. I got a quote from a skate park contractor, a world-renowned skate park contractor, J-Ramps, Jason Ramth, the company that worked on Lot 11 in Miami. I don't know if you've been to Lot 11 in Miami if you're watching this, but man, that's a phenomenal skate park, probably one of the best in the country. So my goal is to have Jason also work on the Coral Springs skate park, but it's going to cost money, guys. We got to get this thing approved. And, I don't know if you guys know, but the budget for parks and recreation in Coral Springs for 2026, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere in the neighborhood of around 18 or 19 million dollars. This skate park's probably going to cost, based on what I know, it's going to be around 800,000 more or less. So we're only talking about, 5% of the budget, around 5% of the budget. So, that's for 2026. The reality is this thing's not going to get approved, until at least 2027. So we're talking about something in the neighborhood of, like 800,000. It's going to be around 5 to 6% of the total annual budget for 2027, something in the neighborhood of 5%. But we need to get the lawmakers on board. We need to continue to push our narrative forward, and they've openly stated that they have been working on this thing. I had a sit-down meeting with Rob Hunter. He seems pretty interested in getting this thing going, but we need to continue to be a pleasant pain in the ass, guys. So I urge you all to join me in following up consistently. Email them your questions. Email them consistently. Let's continue to send the feelers out there. Let's continue to, make it known that the city wants this thing approved. And wow, guys, I can't believe it, but we've made it well past 1,000 signatures on the petition. It's amazing, and I'm just so grateful to see all the support of everyone that has signed and that has, supported this cause. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to send an email to the lawmakers. Description down below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Juan Carlos Arango. Let's go, guys. We will be victorious.